Welcome back to Farm and Hammer, everyone. It's been a while. I have been off of here for a couple weeks now. So just a quick little overview of what's been going on the last month, why I haven't been posting so much. Main reason is things have been just really stressful around here on the farm. The number one reason being we have been in a drought for the last month and a half or so. Didn't get any rain for a month and a half. September and October is the time of year, at least here in southern Missouri, where we're putting on a lot of forage for stockpile, and that's what will normally get us through till December, and we start feeding hay end of December, beginning of January. But this year we didn't get any rain. We were already in a drought going into September, and then September and October we didn't get anything, and so we had no grass, and we were to the point where we were considering selling off quite a few cows and calves and a lot of stuff. We didn't have the hay to get us to feed 6 months. For sure. But since then things have kind of turned around. We got about 4 inches of rain last week where there wasn't any sunshine all week, but it just slowly rained for 4 or 5 days straight, and the first 3 inches soaked in, and after that the last inch started running off. But hopefully we absorbed a lot of water, and this whole week it's supposed to be in the 70s, lower 70s at least, and we should start growing a lot of grass. This field that the calves are in, obviously this dry brown stuff is Bermuda, but the fescue did start greening up as soon as it rained, and it started growing again, and hopefully these next 2 weeks will be warm enough where we can actually get some forage going and get us through the winter without selling cows. But for those of you wondering why I have all my calves mixed with another group, so in the last video of loading the bull, I mentioned that we had weaned a group of beef calves, and those have been weaned for about a month and a half now. So because we were running low on forage, we decided to mix all of the calves together, and we're going to start rotating them on about, I don't know, 80 acres here, and get them through the winter. But that's why we mixed all the calves together, just to hopefully feed less hay and have less groups to feed. So there's some big beef calves in here. We castrated a few older bulls like this one here. And then all of mine, of course, are colors or solid blacks. So anyway, that's a little update on my calves. I know you guys haven't seen them in a while. They are now mixed in with a group of another 35 or 40 beef calves. So there's 75 total in here. Yeah, my bottle calves look pretty small compared to the beef calves, but anyway. Anyway guys, as you can see, pigs are growing. This is actually the second time they've been fed this morning because I have to work on fence. So I'm going to try to keep them distracted for a while, but alright, fence should be good to go for the pigs. And you may notice all of these things on the ground. These are watermelons that were no good for human consumption anymore, and so we threw them in here. They've been eating on watermelons for the last 2 weeks, as well as their normal feed. But then we also had this big giant water tank get a big crack down the side, so my brother just cut the hole out, so they had some shelter when it rained last week. But anyway, that's about all I got to say about the pigs. We'll be getting some more watermelons, a couple hundred probably this week, so I'll have another video on that. But they're growing, and they've been getting out frequently, but anyway, they're doing well. So guys, now to the main portion of this video. So if anyone's new here, I'll just give a quick backstory on these heifers. The last 3 or 4 years I've raised 3 groups of bottle calves. The last 2 groups of bottle calves have been beef dairy cross, and I've kept all those beef dairy cross heifers so far. And the first time I turned the bull out with them, the bull ended up being bad, so when they got preg checked, there was absolutely 0 that were bred. They didn't calve at 2 years old like I was hoping, and so we turned out two other young bulls with the heifers this time, and we just had them preg checked, and the results were pretty good. I can't complain. So I had 18 heifers total. We ended up preg checking like 56 that day, but I had 18 personally, and 17 were bred. So I was really happy with that. And the one that wasn't bred, you guys may remember, it's one of my most viewed videos, I guess. It's the one that had pneumonia and was really short and sickly basically its entire life. And I remember mentioning in that video where I shot it with antibiotics. I remember mentioning that she probably wouldn't get bred, and I was gonna sell her anyway, but long story short, the one that wasn't bred, we took her to town with a couple of my dad's that weren't bred, shipped them off. She only brought like 650 bucks, which isn't much, and she was in decent shape. So cattle market's down right now, but only made 650 bucks on her. She was already paid for, so all of that was profit. But so what does that mean? That means hopefully this spring I will have 17 calves on the ground. Hopefully all 17 make it. I may try to treat them as nurse cows and stick another calf on them, but I don't know how well that's gonna work. Speaking of nurse cows, the Holstein nurse cow, she actually did end up being bred. She got bred back for a calf this spring again. So she made it a whole year. She did well this year. Last time it took her 1.5 years to get bred again, so we were hoping that wasn't the case this time. But so she raised 4 calves for us and got bred on time. But when we were getting my heifers into PREG check, we did realize that one was already developing an udder. And so I don't know if the neighbor's bull snuck in and snuck out before we got him or what, but she somehow got bred. And since she's making an udder, I'm thinking she'll calve within the next 2 months, which is out of whack with the other one. So I don't know what got her, but one of the bulls somewhere ended up getting in and getting her bred. So we didn't even have her PREG checked because we knew if she's developing an udder, she has to be bred. So yeah, all good news, and a lot better news than the last time I had them PREG checked. So I cannot complain. Like I said, I wish they would have had calves on the ground right now. But that just didn't work out. So guys, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching, and thank you to all the new subscribers, and of course all the returning viewers. I appreciate all you guys. So I'm gonna call it a day. It's actually election day here in the US, so for all of you people in America, hopefully you guys are getting out to the polls today. I gotta do that before work, so I'm gonna sign off here. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all next time.